We here at NewsNation want to bring you all sides of a story, and this is a humanitarian crisis as well. DHS telling NewsNation they saw 250,000 migrant encounters in December alone. That is the highest month on record. We've seen it on display in places like El Paso, with families sleeping on the ground, filling up shelters. And correspondent Allie Bradley is there live. So Allie, tell us what these migrants go through once they actually make it into the U.S.
Yeah, well, Nichole, seeing those statistics, it's staggering. But seeing this situation on the ground firsthand, let's walk a little bit. It is hard to see. It is hard to see. And it is one of those situations that is very real. We've spent several days on the streets here with these migrants, getting to know a lot of them. And they're here because they're choosing not to self-surrender to Border Patrol. They're not being processed. So they're kind of stuck here in limbo. And that might be because they're going to be returned under Title 42. Excuse me, John. Might be returned under Title 42. Or they might have criminal records that would cause them to be deported. Regardless of why they're here, they are here, and they don't know for how long. But one thing is certain, Nichole, the day in the life of these migrants here, it's on repeat.
It's 9:51 a.m.
Don Vicente, mi hermano, está vivo.
And Vicente Salcedo is home on the intersection of Oregon Street and Father Ram Avenue. He's been living here on the street since December 30th, when he came from Venezuela, now stuck in a hellish limbo.
I've only seen situations like this in the movies. People outside a homeless shelter waiting to be taken in.
For Border Patrol agents, it also feels like a movie. Millions making their way across the border, and there's little they can do to stop it.
They're coming across in record numbers because they know they're not being detained. They know that they just have to step foot in America, claim asylum, have no criminal record in the United States, and then they get released.
Burritos y quesadillas.
In the alley of the church, breakfast is served, a cup of coffee and a warm meal. It's 10:07 a.m. and more bad news. No showers today because they ran out of clean towels. Bathrooms are a luxury here. 12:45 p.m. People are dropping off food. When you're a migrant here, you don't eat when you're hungry. You eat any small serving you can get, whenever someone shows up with it. It's 1:16 p.m. now. We meet Yoleli Silva and her 3 small children. They can't stay in the alley, asked to move for maintenance work. They have to find a new place to live today, and it's dangerous.
We could be from the same country, but we don't know who's a good person and who is not.
At 2:37 p.m., a Good Samaritan drops off cartons of milk. Her daughter drinks a cold cup. Yoleli decides to risk it, walking a few blocks to another shelter. At 6:15 p.m., the sun sets, but this never-ending day won't. The nights are cold here. At 6:30 p.m., Carlos Duran is on his phone passing the time.
We talked to our family members back home who were worried about us.
By 7 p.m., families are lining up at this shelter. Will tonight be the night they can sleep indoors? No single men allowed, only women and families. Life here is all about standing in line, hoping for warmth, for food.
Thank you.
At 7:45 p.m., it's another line.
Hola, ¿cómo están? Muy bien, ¿y usted?
This time for a warm cup of soup. Much needed for the men who will spend the night outside. The temperature already in the low 40s and dropping. Moments later at 7:56 p.m., Vicente adds layer upon layer. And Carlos, he found a spot to protect him from the wind. He sleeps curled up because of his height, not able to stretch out his legs. So he often cramps up in the middle of the night, one of the many reasons he can't get a good night's sleep.
One is worried if the Border Patrol will come take us or not. That's why the nights seem much longer.
The streets of El Paso are quiet compared to just a few weeks ago. Local officials have seen an increased presence.
We've seen Border Patrol agents come to this area, to the bus stations, picking people up, and I think so many people are afraid that they're going to be next.
At 9 p.m., Vicente prays, reading passages from a pamphlet. By midnight, most are asleep, trying to stay warm. Blankets and tarps rustling, people waking up, but Vicente is able to sleep through it. The same for Carlos, who is down the street. The sun rising, it's Groundhog Day. Carlos and Vicente make sure their areas are clean, the sidewalks clear of their beds, and the hunt for food, for a bathroom, for a new life starts all over again. We ask Vicente what he misses most.
A good shower and a room where I can get a good night's sleep.
Now, we actually got an update from Carlos. He made it to Denver safely. He is there now. However, we can't forget that Carlos never self-surrendered to Border Patrol. He was never processed. He's not in the system. But he does inevitably become a statistic. DHS sources confirmed to us that more than 218,000 people crossed over our southern border and successfully evaded law enforcement since October 1st. Nichole, that is when this fiscal year began.
Yes, so many people. All right. Allie, thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.